Hey folks, anybody that's out there, I got like 30 minutes or ish and figured I would try and record some key groups, drum kits, whatever, off of the QY70 here. I need to get like something to angle it up and hold it up, but for now it'll be my hands. We're going to see. First of all, it seems like we're missing. Why is it that that is playing? Sound stereo. All right, I think that I just have too many adapter cables, but so I'm just trying to figure out where the lowest note is for the drum here. Let's go to grid. Actually, we need to be in notes, and we just want to be chromatic. Let's go down. So C sharp -1. How high do we go up? To C sharp -1 to C5. All right. So I just want to see if I can auto sample this easy enough. Should be able to. Sampler. We'll just do this as a key group. We can worry about renaming this later. What did I say? C sharp -1 or was it -2? Nuts. I should be taking notes. C sharp -1. All right. C sharp -1. I think it was to C5 we went up to. All right. We want a stride of 1 because we want to capture every single note. We'll do full velocity. We'll do 3 seconds with do a 3-second tail. I know this is going to probably be super long to record most of it. Yeah, it's like 5 minutes. That seems long. Enable looping off. Maybe we'll go down. We'll try to. Hopefully 4 seconds is enough to do this. We'll listen in and see if anything goes over. But I should be able to do it. I'm just worried the crashes are gonna be longer. So we can always trim this down after, which is what I'm gonna end up having to do. Actually, that's another problem. I'm gonna cancel because I forget to check. This is at max volume, but I'm gonna try and get at least near -3 dB. I think we're good. All right, let's go back. Actually, I'm going to name this as well. Let's name this track because then we can do all the fancy stuff to have the samples be named. We'll do NTQY70 dash, I don't know, I think this is drum kit 1. I think it's drum kit 1 if I remember correctly. We can check really quick here. I thought it was tapping here. Oh, we're on drum 49. Let's go rename that for drum kit 49. All right, to do it, close, sampler, and we'll give this, instead of auto sampled, we'll just call it dry. Done. Now let's do, how long is it going to take? 3 minutes? I can handle that. because I had to go through and turn off all the effects that were in there. And if you guys don't know, the Yamaha QY70, I forget it was like, it's a 90s synth, battery powered, no backlight or front light. I've got a front light ordered that will be coming in that I will have to figure out a solder in, but I don't think it should be too hard, but it should make it easier to read. At least for me, I can read it okay, but definitely a lot of the background light makes it a little bit hard to work with. That said, I do like the sounds out of this thing. It's got some really fun, different synth sounds. Sounds very 90s. And I have to say, it's pretty impressive how much they've were able to cram into these things even back in the day. I was trying to decide between getting this and the QY 100. The 100's got a couple more drum kits, but somebody, I forget who it was offhand, somebody did a really nice job of getting all of the, I'll say, programming done so that this works. The QY70 works really nicely with the Dirty Wave M8. Like, they just went through and set up it so you can program every single one of the 16 channels and just load up what you want as an instrument, and then you can just keep going right away with the QY70. I am sure that it's mostly compatible with the QY100, but missing some patches. Oh, we're almost halfway done here. We'll be missing all the names for these drum hits, which is kind of a bummer, but we get what we get. So, as I said, let's do a few of these. We'll see how it works out. Guess this is the, it says Symph kit, so it must be like a symphony. Well, that's annoying. Apparently that one must be looped to sustain for the 3 seconds. After this is done, we'll maybe have to see what we can sequence. Do some patterns on the, ooh. Like a bird call kind of thing? Probably not. So I'm going to, let's see, get some paper. I'm going to write down all these things. C sharp -1. Drum kit. C sharp -1 to C5. And it seems like 3 seconds with a 1 second tail was fine, although it's going to require an awful lot of trimming of samples, but we can. I think we're below. Okay, let's go and look at the notes. Where the? So it stretched everything below into the C negative. So below C sharp 1. Hold on. Did we miss some? Was that C -1 that we were supposed to start at, and I put C1? Man, we're missing like 24 sounds. That's a bummer. Let's go back to the sampler then, and instead of C sharp 1, we're going to go C sharp -1. And I would have to do this all over again. Let's not do it yet. This is why we need notes. All right, C sharp. just going to write negative just so I remember. Let's go, just go new project. We'll say don't save, and we'll start over. New project. Key, not key group. We don't need that. New track, MIDI track, MIDI output A. Oh, because I don't have the sampler monitoring on. That's where they are. Down an octave. Chromatic. Okay. So we want to go to the track again. We need to name it something. NT dash QY70 dash drum kit. That was 49. Do it. Okay. Close. Go back into the sampler here. We need to go start at C negative 1 C sharp. Okay, I'm just making sure. So I had picked C1, not C negative 1. Got it. C negative 1 up to C5. We want a stride of 1. I don't mind if we extend the notes, it's fine. We need to turn looping off. 3 seconds, 1. I'm going to go back, we'll call it dry again. And we'll go synth dry. And do it. It's probably going to be, instead of 3 minutes, like 5 minutes, but if you want it, if you want the samples, you gotta put the work in. I don't know that I've ever heard scratching in symphonic pieces, but I guess it could be cool. All right. No loop. Some of these things sound kind of fun, like that snare roll. I dig it. I'm also, you have to say, for the, I got a aftermarket power supply that I was worried was going to be super noisy, and it's actually, doesn't seem to be picking up any additional noise. And with just the MPC on, occasionally I've heard some background noise. I'm not sure if it's coming from the SP404 Mark II or something, but I'm going to go through all of my stuff and figure out where the heck some of this extra noise is coming from. That's weird. That like drum was very left channel. Was it a tom? almost every single one of these hits is like less than a second. I should try and go back and figure out what my settings should be for doing other drum kits here. 'Cause this is my punishment. Having done similar things, it's about as exciting recording stuff off the S950. It's usually not too bad trimming everything down after, but it's worth taking the time. Because you don't want hits that are, I'll say, late. I mean, sometimes you do, but not always. I don't think there's a more fun way to do this on a stream either. So what was I thinking? Or if people like this, let me know. I don't know. I can keep doing some of these things or back to that whistle. I don't know. We're very... Okay, that's back in the middle. So I guess these things were just programmed with some stereo-ness to them. So close. Come on. And one more. All right, now we can go through and check where everything landed. Let's go back into notes. So we're getting this lower note because we stretched down. Okay, those do sound the same. Same. So I think we're good there. Let's go up to, I think it was C5. All right, it's just going to stretch those out. If I go up over here, too far. Yeah, there's nothing up here. So those sound the same. So I think we're good from a sampling perspective. Now it's the fun, go edit however many samples this is. So we're going to go Q-Link down. I'm just trying to listen. I don't think there's... I usually try and personally not get too tight on them because sometimes there are like a little bit of transients there. And it is worth trying to just check the start point. Whoops, where the heck did I go? So I'm good. I'm just gonna... We can see, like, I can barely see here. There's like a little bit of transient. Maybe we want to end a little bit further out. So process, discard the rest of it. That sounds like it was going a little crazy. You might not be able to hear any noise, but there is a truck outside my house delimbing trees right now. So we need to go all the way back down. I'm not hearing that there. I'm definitely hearing a little bit in the headphone on the left side. I don't know, I'm gonna have to go through and repair that later. It just sounds like it's got digital clipping or something. Not seeing it. Just sounds like there's a little something there that doesn't sound right. If I have to re-record it, I will. I'm gonna write down D1. All right, we'll just discard what's left. There's almost nothing to this. I don't know about, like, do I care about that noise? There's like a tiny bit there. Personally, I'd probably take it out. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. Actually, there's nothing else to do to process. Nice clappish sound here. This goofy scratch. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that. There's like a little bit of a pop. Sometimes there's probably something going on where we're hitting a not quite zero cross or something. So I just moved it out to make it a little cleaner. Finger snap, maybe? This just seems silly. This one, let's just dial it right up. Yeah. Very short. If you guys, anybody is watching this, I know I'm going kind of fast, but as I said, I only got like another 10 or 15 minutes. I was going to see if I can get the whole kit done, but maybe not. Nice little wood block kind of hit. Well, let's get the start better here. Oh, that's probably what I did. Probably had tapped Q-Link on the start and messed myself up. I'm worried that there's a little bit of extra transient after that's hard to see. I'm going to leave it. This one could probably be looped. But we can always come back for that later. I'll just shorten it. Like this one, that one I'm sure is not that hard to loop. A lot of the older samplers have very obvious points for where they loop. You can just look, you can almost usually see it visually. The only thing that gets tough is if they've done an LFO or something that causes like panning, or they throw a chorus effect. That's why I like to do these dry, because you can always add the effects back in on your other device. I'll just get a little sloppier with these, go faster. That's another one. I need to fix B0. Because that's just, it's clipping just a little too much. But I'll trim it down for now. And C1. Again, we'll just trim it. It's just the fun of doing these. Sometimes you just find a few notes, you're like, not quite right. F1. Like this one has a lot of tail to it. This is something that I did like about the MPC 1000 with JJOS, is you could actually zoom in to see, you could really get into the tails and figure out, man, G1. And it sounded fine going through the input, I thought, but sometimes I'll leave it. A1, man. Should be good there. B1. Maybe they sounded terrible when I was recording and I was just talking over it. I didn't notice. It's on me. That one sounds fine. Probably about there is good. Man, that's a long tail. And crashes tend to, visually, it looks like it's done, but I can still hear it going. We'll capture most of that. I feel like it goes to about here. Maybe a tambourine or something. All right. I'm not going to get this finished before I got to go. Yeah, I don't know if anybody with headphones on can hear, but it's definitely keeps going. It's probably about there. Close. We're so close. Like 20 more to go, maybe? Not my favorite sound. Let's just crop these and move on for the next two. Gotta figure out what to do with that. It's too sustained. It's another one that I could probably get the loop fine, but I'm not loving it. It's nice, like washboard. I dig that. Definitely some nice wood block kind of sounds here. Curious if that has a name. Maybe it's a string? The second one makes me think. Even though it sounds almost vocalized. That sounds more string, even though they sound related. All right. Like, all right, probably about there is where it sounds like it ends. Shaker. And that one actually goes beyond the length here, but that's the last one. So I do need to drop here, guys, but anybody that was hanging out, thanks for stopping by. I'm going to keep goofing around, recording some drum kits off of these things, and then we'll see where we go from there. But anyway, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good,